how do you make Google bots feel like you're a thought leader in your space, and your content or your website has to come up in the first or second page. So first is, there is on page SEO and then off page SEO. On page is basically like everything you do on your website, your web pages, the kind of content you create, keeping it updated, making sure all your pages are interlinked. There's a lot of new trends that have come in, like personalization is a trend, right? In fact, it has now evolved into hyper personalization at scale, where it's not, okay, you blast a mail to 1,000 people, somebody will come back. It doesn't work that way. Your email going to a prospect has to be so personalized. You have to know about them. You have to know everything about them and what they're looking for.
Hi everyone, I'm back with one more episode on Icons Behind Brands today. I'm your host Devlina Nyogi, and today I have a very special guest with me who has been doing an amazing work throughout her career, and I'm very excited to welcome Miss Vidyulata Prakash, who is currently the Director of Marketing at IntelliSwift Software. She has around 17 years of experience in B2B marketing segment, worked with across verticals like technology, finance, cybersecurity, and real estate, a Harvard Leadership Course graduate, and has been honored with the Rising CMO of the Year award at the Women Influencer Summit for Outstanding Women in Tech. I'm excited to have you, Vidyulata, here on Icons Behind Brand. A lot to talk about, a lot of things which you have gathered, a lot of insights to discuss. A very warm welcome to you on Icons Behind Brands.
Thank you so much, Devlina. It's an honor to be here, and looking forward to our chat. Truly excited to be here.
So, Director of Marketing at IntelliSwift Software. Okay. Reaching here, I'm sure the journey would have been a lot of experiences as well as moments. I would love to know about that because, I'm curious, and I'm sure my viewers would be curious to know about how the journey has been, how the background has been so far.
I'm a computer science engineer. So that's when my professional journey started. And pretty much by the end of it, I, knew that I didn't want to continue in the technical side of things. And MBA was always in the back of my head, that that's something I always wanted to do. So I did complete my engineering, and then I was working for a couple of years with Fidelity Investments in a technical role, during which I was also preparing for CAT, and I also did a master's in English, because I felt that that might help in a marketing and communications career going forward. So then I got into IMT Ghaziabad, which is, as you're aware, one of the prestigious institutes in India. And I completed my full-time MBA in marketing from there. So that's when, the marketing journey really started. And since then, I have been fortunate enough to have been, working in various dimensions of marketing, as a result of which it really helps me in leading my team now towards success, because I have worked in all of these areas as an individual contributor in, the early stages of my career. So I've worked in various different industry verticals. I've worked in India, I worked in US. Again, gave me a lot of insight on, marketing for an American audience. And the last few roles, mainly leadership roles, have been primarily in the technology industry, because after having worked in a variety of companies, I felt like, B2B marketing in the technology industry is kind of like my sweet spot. And that's where I wanted to continue my journey. So last couple of roles have been in the same industry, and that's been a wonderful journey.
As digital marketing is taking a different shape, and in today's landscape, it has a huge, what you say, ratio. So when it used to be a marketing mix, and now the marketing mix has shifted huge and massively towards the digital side from the traditional marketing media, right? So in this era, how do you leverage the SEOs, social media, and other digital channels to enhance the brand visibility and to engage the prospects and customers to drive the inbound leads?
I always feel like marketing is an art and a science. And
Yes.
before we had technology, this level of technology, it was more on the creative side. More on
Mm-hmm.
how do you appeal to your customers, and it was more on the creative side. And now, since we have access to data and customer preferences and what our customers are really looking for, it's also evolved into more of a science, right? Because now we have all the data in the world to understand what they really want and how to message according to that. So it's now like a balance of art and a science, like creative side and the analytical side.
Right.
So coming to your question, SEO is basically search engine optimization, right? Like all the steps that you take in order to rank on Google search pages, like, and you need to be on the at least like the first or second page, because nobody is even looking at the results after that, at least a
Correct.
larger number of people. So how do you rank that way, and how do you make Google bots feel like you're a thought leader in your space and your content or your website has to come up in the first or second page? So again, there are a lot of industry best practices you need to do in order to come there. So
Mm-hmm.
first is, there is on page SEO and then off page SEO. On page is basically like everything you do on your website, your web pages, the kind of content you create, keeping it updated, making sure all your pages are interlinked. There are a lot of steps that you need to take. And off page again is extremely important, because that again is everything that you do outside of your website in order
Mm-hmm.
for you to rank well. And that again has, guest posting where you get inbound links. You can do a lot of link building, and then a lot of content marketing. You do webinars, then you do podcasts, which is really trending right now. Approximately, will be surprised to hear 50% of US audience has heard at least one podcast in their life. And that
Oh,
shift has come to podcasts where people are driving and they listen to podcasts while they're driving to
that's
work and
good
all of
news
that.
for
So
us.
yeah,
That's
exactly. And
yeah.
then there's video marketing. There's just so much we can do. And basically, these signals tell Google what others think of your site. And, they make us trustworthy and authoritative, like we are an authority in this space.
True.
So that's a little bit about SEO. And then
Mm-hmm.
social media, of course, for us, specifically B2B technology, it's all about LinkedIn specifically, because that's where our decision makers are.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, and then there is events, where again there are events. As the space itself is growing so much, it's not just about the large scale conferences and trade shows anymore. There are so many ways of customized closed groups, executive conferences, CIO summits, where you can directly meet your end customer and have that one-on-one conversation, right? Then the other side is the paid marketing, where you can place ads on Google or LinkedIn or any other platform that is best for your business. So it's a culmination of all of these digital platforms that helps in driving inbound leads.
Strategies of various companies, especially if you are a part of the B2B organization, B2B marketing, because it's very, very different. It's not how B2C works. Yes, the fundamentals are same, but the way you operate this is very, very different.
Exactly, because B2C, you have to target where it's more of a volume based sale, where B2C is mostly like the price is less, but you're focusing more on how to sell many units because it's reaching the end customer. But in a
Masses.
B2B model, it's more of a professional setup where you have a team who is a decision maker, and then sales cycles are much longer. It takes 6 months to a year for them to finally decide whether they want to go ahead with you. And then there is a very detailed RFP process, RFI, a lot of things that go into
True.
the decision making. So our messaging and the way we market to our customers is significantly different from B2C.
True. True. How has the focus from on customer experiences and engagement that has evolved in marketing strategies, particularly in this software development companies?
So now even all our strategies are now around how to make this customer journey better, how we can solve specific customer problems and tailored solutions, and how we can improve business outcomes for them. So as a result of this, there's a lot of new trends that have come in, like personalization is a trend, right? In fact, it has
Yes.
now evolved into hyper personalization at scale, where it's not, okay, you blast a mail to 1,000 people, somebody will come back. It doesn't work that way. Your email going to a prospect has to be so personalized. You have to know about them. You have to know everything about them and what they're looking for. And this
Correct.
we are able to achieve because we have analytics and customer insights, which so we can help tailor those messages, tailor the content we are putting out, and even tailor our product offerings to individual preferences and behaviors. So it's not even just about the email campaigns, right? Everything is now built around the customer. Like
Mm.
for instance, we do a lot of customer journey mapping, where it's like we map out the entire journey of a customer, right from the awareness phase all the way until post purchase, like after sales support, like how are we bringing them into, how do we look after them once they are a customer. So it helps in identifying some critical touch points, and we have to optimize as we go each stage of the journey. Apart from that, I see a lot of emphasis on UI and UX, right? Where we want to make sure that on all the channels that we provide on our website, our mobile apps, wherever the customer is interacting with us, their journey is seamless and it's very easy to use. So UI
Mhm.
is user interface and UX is user experience. So UI UX is seamless and smooth. They should feel like, oh, okay, this is the kind of experience that I'm looking for. And then as a result of which, there is a lot of omni-channel marketing strategies, and we want to ensure that seamless experience across all the channels, right? So it's website, apps, social media, email, physical stores, wherever applicable, all of this. And then there are chatbots to make sure that there is an immediate response, and there is always somebody to respond to a consumer. On the product side, there is a lot of community building, where we get a lot of user generated content. We build a community around the product. There are developer groups where there's a lot of talk happening. Then you get testimonials and reviews. So it's a lot focused around the customer now, which kind of again all comes together to build this image, like your brand that you want the customer to perceive about you.
As you said that a lot of new way of marketing and engagement that came into the picture of marketing. So how do you see
Yes.
this with Deolata? Like, I mean, it has the technology has made it more complex, or it has simplified it in a way. How do like as a director of marketing, how do you see as a function your team and you towards this shift?
Might have been the result of this, but now you have accuracy to the T, and every data point which you can track, which
Mm-hmm.
social post got this particular person on the website, who filled the form and downloaded your content, and how do you then reach out to them. And even like I said, on the product side in the software industry, it's like people are marketing for us, like your customers and the community itself will help in creating content. They will build up the chatter. It helps in brand visibility. And there's just so much that user generated content is going out there. There are like tutorial videos, guides, developer communities. So a lot of as a result, there is interaction one-on-one with the customer. Earlier that
Mm-hmm.
was not the case, right? There was hardly any interaction with the brand of the customer. So you just, all you could do was have focus groups or do surveys and things like that in order to get customer. But because today you have testimonial videos, you have so many review sites, you know exactly what your customer is thinking about your brand, about your product offerings, and how you can improve them. Everything is out there. So technology has definitely helped us to connect with the customer in a way that was not at all possible before.
And sometimes it's amazing, I mean, even if I'm a part of the marketing conversation, we know that how things are going on, but it surprises you with some pop-up messages that, I mean, I just thought about it, how this brand got to know. So it has gone to that
Exactly.
level.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the kind
Correct.
of recommendations that you get on, Amazon or any other product sites, it's such deep, they have so much deep insight into you as a person, as your preferences, your buying behavior. Basically, they know everything about us.
Yeah.
So, and, it's like tailored to the next level.
Correct. And as a professional, it's very important to learn that science and art again, like when you are there in the marketing, because it's the combination of both. You are managing team, you are working with different stakeholders also. So how do you motivate your and inspire your team to achieve the best performance?
One thing that I've always tried to do is to give them a little bit of understanding of the bigger picture. It's not just about doing your daily tasks and you're done. It's not just,
Mhm.
okay, you did 10 design tasks, you wrote 2 content pieces, you're done for the day. It's not just about that. It's about, again, looking at the metrics and seeing where my content is going, who downloaded it, what was the impact of my work that is, generating impact for the business. Is it resulting in revenue, and is it moving the needle for the business? So they need to
Mhm.
start thinking in that way. And once they do that and they see the impact, the entire their focus and the way they work is completely different. So that is something, as a leader, is on us to make sure that they understand the impact of their work, which is helping the business grow. So recognizing and rewarding the good work that the team does, that always motivates them to do better. And most importantly, I feel, is to delegate responsibilities and trust them to do a good job of it. If they have any questions, they can always come to me, but uh, only when you are able to give ownership to the person, that's when they take it seriously, and we need to empower them to make decisions.
Often in leadership, this is what I have also experienced, and I have interacted with other leaders. Losing control is the most
Yes.
difficult part,
Yes.
where you can do better than them. You just feel like, let me go and do it for the on their behalf. And it's the most difficult part of any leader, to lose that control and trust them. See, once or twice it might not get perfect, but eventually you are empowering another person to perfection, to get that perfection in their work, right? So I really love
Absolutely.
this
Because
you have
I have been in
covered.
those positions in the past when I was an individual contributor, where I used to wait for approvals, like my content used to wait for so long, and then it would lose its meaning and purpose, and
Correct.
especially time, when it's time sensitive. So
Mhm.
that is something I always thought of, that when I have a huge team, that you should not become a bottleneck for your own team.
Mhm.
It has to be a quick process, review and approval process, if there is one. And then empowering them with their each key responsibilities is extremely important.
And especially in this digital space where you have to compete with the world, there are a lot of the world is moving fast, right? But your process cannot slow it down.
Absolutely.
you know, let me understand this. If you have to share an example of time where, your leadership is that has directly contributed to a significant marketing achievement.
A lot of initiatives on the employer branding side, on the diversity, equity, and inclusion side. So there is a lot of things you can do on the HR side, corporate communications. Again, you can work with practice teams, delivery teams to do a lot of sales enablement content that the sales team can effectively use, a lot of content that goes on the website. So basically, marketing is it's a horizontal function which has to collaborate very well with all the different corporate functions and practice teams. And that's when, it truly makes a difference. One example I would like to give is in my current organization, we, marketing led thought leadership webinars with one of our strategic partners in APAC. And we try to innovate in every possible way. The way the webinar was done, we had a live poll within the webinar. We had, multiple, like a panel discussion within a webinar, and we did a lot of new things. We got great attendance and a lot of marketing for the webinar. We got great attendance. As a result, it resulted in multiple second and third level discussions, and a lot of great leads came in. Same thing, we followed up that with a next level of webinar where the first one was had a much higher level, and then the second one was again based on analytics, like who attended our first webinar, which industry vertical they were from, and then the second one was tailored to them. And then as a result, the second one was even more successful, and because of this, we ended up getting the award for marketing partner of the year for APAC from our partner. So,
Awesome.
like that was one example. And then in my previous organization, marketing efforts resulted in the organization being featured in the Gartner Market Guide and a couple of other analyst reports. Again, that builds a lot of credibility within the industry, because usually it comes down to that, whether you are featured in any of the analyst reports, and that results in significant business outcomes. Then I think another example would be when one of our webinars resulted in a new project from an existing customer, because it was about data and AI, and they were so happy about the way it could transform their business, that led to a new project. So there are so many ways in which marketing can really help move the business forward. So these are a few examples.
Awesome. I mean, the achievements, I know, I mean, you individually, you have achieved a lot. So I am sure that, uh, people like you who takes the organization also to the next level, right? So Vidyalata, with this, now we are moving towards a section called rapid fire round, which allows our viewers to know you as a person a little more. So the rules are one word answer.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, we are all set. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you could meet any historical figure, who would it be?
I think I would like to meet Albert Einstein, because uh, it's not just the scientific genius, but like his perspectives on like humanity and ethics and the universe. It's very intriguing. I would definitely love to have a discussion with him.
Yes. What's the last book you read?
The last book I read was Find Your Why. It's like a follow-up book from Start with Why by Simon Sinek.
Simon.
And it's like, yeah, it's Start with Why is extremely well known, and it's kind of like it gives us a lot of input into how do you find your why, right? Like why your organization exists and how it is contributing to making the world better.
What's that one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
I speak 6 languages,
Wow.
and
And what
I
are
understand a
those?
couple more. So so I mean, of course, English, Kannada, and very fluent in Hindi. And
Mhm.
my family is into literature, and so I learned Sanskrit very early on. So I can speak in Sanskrit, and that's the reason why it helps me understand a lot of languages, because Sanskrit is
Yeah,
like the root of, mother of all
cool.
the languages. Yeah, and then Tamil, I know Tamil as well. I understand Telugu and Malayalam a little bit,
Oh,
and I've
wow.
learned a little bit of Spanish when I was in the US. So it's just that I think it's an inherent interest in languages because of my family background. So
Oh. Okay, so what's that one thing that is still in your bucket list?
um I want to see the northern lights.
So what's your favorite hobby out of the work?
Like I said, I love to travel. I've been to around 20 to 25 countries now, still a lot more on my list.
What's the best piece of advice you have ever received?
Um, One, I think, more than advice, something that I really go by is, there's this quote by John Lennon. Says, "Life happens when you're busy making other plans," and
Wow.
I think that's what really happens, right? You plan for something, and then there are just so many factors that play into it, and not always plans go according the way you planned them. So you have to be a little bit adaptable. You have to be flexible enough. You have to evolve with times. It's talks about everything in life, personally, professionally. If we were Basically, all it says is that you have to evolve continuously on a daily basis. So yeah.
So if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I think going back in time, or even the ability to manipulate time, right? Like, it would allow me to like pause or rewind or fast forward time. Like,
Right.
with this, like, you have hindsight and you know what were your right decisions and what were your wrong decisions.
What's your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
Like I said, I read, and then I love listening to music, all the way from 80s Bollywood to, again, since I understand so many languages, I listen to music from all different languages. So
Oh,
love
wow.
listening to music. And then, of course, we all have our favorite shows going on on Netflix and Prime and all the OTT channels. So yeah, just like to, at least watch like a few minutes every day.
So we are out of the rapid fire round with this
Oh,
now,
yeah.
finally. And before we wind up this conversation, I want you to talk for our aspiring marketing leaders who are our viewers. So what is your message for any aspiring marketing leaders on their way up?
Um, See, IT, or, technology is a very saturated and competitive world. So achieving success really requires a combination of skills, strategic thinking, and, being adaptable. Um, so you need to have a very solid foundation of marketing, and also a deep knowledge of the industry itself, making sure that you know all the trends, the latest technologies and tools and platforms that are available today. Um, and then, that leads into continuous learning. I think that is extremely essential for, aspiring marketing leaders. You have to be aware of everything that is happening on a daily basis. So that is extremely important, continuous learning. And then, I think staying humble is very important as you grow and make more connections. It's always good to be very humble and grounded. That is what will take you really far. Who you are as a
Mhm,
person really matters. And
mhm,
growing connections, doing a lot of networking, attending conferences, all of this does help. But like I said, who you are as a person really takes you forward. And I think one really important aspect that we didn't have when we were struggling in IC roles, was to have a mentor. It could be within
mhm,
your organization or outside your organization, but somebody who comes with that wealth of experience, who can guide you in the right way, who can help you understand, if you do this, this is what is going to happen. So, it's best to learn from someone who has already made those mistakes and has that experience, rather than you doing it yourself and reiterating and all of that. So, again, it helps you build that strategic thinking, because that person already brings so many years of experience in the industry.
So it
Yeah.
was incredible understanding you, your journey, and your, lot of insights and knowledge through this conversation. And it is going to add a lot of value to the platform to on Icons Behind Brands.
Thank you so much, Devlina. It was lovely talking to you.
Same here.
Thank you.
सो बिजनेस फोक्स हाउ वाज द वीडियो आई एम श्योर कि आपको ये वीडियो बहुत ही इंसाइटफुल एंड इन्फॉर्मेटिव लगा होगा Let us know in the comment section which part of the video you loved the most. Please do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, Icons Behind Brands. That's all for today. I'm Devlina Yogi, signing off until next time.